G'day guys, welcome back to the Aussie Gooner channel. Welcome back to the show guys. Look, we've got an upcoming game against Newcastle. That's the only thing I'm thinking of right now. This is the preview for the Newcastle game. I know we had a tough game against Liverpool. I didn't think it was going to go down 4-0, but what do? These things happen, and unfortunately, we've got to put those things behind us and look forward. Unfortunately, we dropped 3 points against that lot, but there's 3 points up for grabs here against Newcastle, and let me tell you, every single point in the Premier League that's available, we need to get our hands on it. Plain and simple. Games against Chelsea, games against Manchester City, games against Liverpool, they're going to come up. And they're not going to be easy. We've got the youngest squad in the Premier League. They're a brand new squad, pretty much. And you know what? What can we do? We can only do the best we can with what we've got. And what we've got at the moment ain't too bloody bad. It ain't too bloody bad. Now look, we got Newcastle coming up and Newcastle ain't in great form. We all know this. Newcastle have had a torrid time this season and they're the worst team in the league. If you look at the table, guys, you can see that they're bottom, rock bottom of the league. And you know what? It's tough times as a Newcastle fan. Now, on the positive, they've got some new owners, they've got some billions, and they've got themselves a new coach. But at the moment, they haven't got themselves a win yet. Not even a win. Give me a sec. I'm gonna drop the table on you guys. We'll look at the match stats, the match statistics real quick. Check this shit out. You're not gonna believe this. Oh, you probably do because you've probably seen it, but check this out anyway. Have a look. Now look, Newcastle haven't won a game this season. What do? Now, they've drawn 6, lost 6. Now, the interesting thing I find here is they've actually scored more goals than Arsenal. They've got 15 to the name, yeah? But on the bad side, they've conceded 27. Now, they've only got 6 points to show for all their efforts so far this season. And you know what? Not a win yet. Arsenal, on the other hand, as you can see, we've won 6, drawn 2. The losses, well, it is what it is. We were doing half decent up until we faced Liverpool. But what do? Our goals 4. Now, this is what's scary. Going forward, we're not looking the best at the moment. And you know what? It has looked slow. It has looked slow. The game against Watford, I remember saying, guys, it was a bit scary. Now the goals against, of course, 17, a lot less than Newcastle. Was going to look a lot better, but you know how it is, and 20 points to show for our efforts. Now look, I know we're not looking phenomenal going forward, and in a game against Watford, I was worried about that fact. To only score 1 goal against Watford when it should have been 3, it's a bit of a downer. But anyway, what can we do? We can't do much. It's in the past. This is where we are now. Now look, Newcastle have been scoring a lot more goals than us. They have been playing more expansive football as of late. Now look, they've got themselves some danger men. Yes, they do. Saint-Maximin, Callum Wilson, danger men. No, we got danger men as well, Aubameyang and ESR. And I do believe there's ways that we can get them into the game and maybe have Aubameyang a little bit more fluent when it comes in front of goal. But I'll get into that a little bit later and let you know about my lineup and predictions and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, looking at their formation against Brentford, I saw a little bit of a highlight here and a highlight there about, with Newcastle. And of course, they've got their new coach and they're going to be trying to implement different formations and different players. But what I saw was them play a 3-4-3 against Brentford. Now, that suits their attacking style of football. They can score a lot, but of course, they can concede a lot. Now, they've got the players going forward, and I think they're going to play a 3-4-3 against us, mainly because we're playing a 4-4-2. And it's a very good formation to play up against a team with a 4-4-2. I reckon they're going to try to use this 3-4-3 to overload the wings and get it open up for Saint-Maximin and maybe over to Callum Wilson and blah, 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 rah, rah, rah. Now, I'm hoping they give that a whirl, but what I want from my guys, right, is of course we should expect something like this and press them from the get-go. We need to be hard in defense. We need to get that ball back, and then we got to hit them on the counter, because on the counter is when they're going to be falling apart, you see. With 3 in the back, they're going to get stretched, and if we can open up the play, right, get the ball to ESR. Again, I want the ball on the left for once. Please, on the left, not just the right. And maybe get the ball to Aubameyang, because I think the ball's going to get to Aubameyang a lot easier if it comes in from the left, because, of course, Aubameyang is kind of veering to his left and Lacazette sort of veers to his right. But anyway, let's move forward, right? I'm going to look at the last couple of games that Newcastle played and the last couple of games that we've played, all right? Now, I'm going to start with our lot, and then we're going to end up with that lot, yeah? I know you're going to see a number there that you're not going to like, but it is what it is. What can we do? You know what I mean? It's happened. It is what it is. Here comes Arsenal. Wonderful Arsenal. Phenomenal Arsenal. 2-0 against Leicester. Now, the 1-0 against Watford is what worried me, guys. That was the one that kind of worried me. I wasn't very convinced when I saw that. I remember screaming and shouting and yelling and carrying on and saying, oh, I don't know about this game against Liverpool with that sort of an outing against Watford. But what do you do? The loss against Liverpool, guys, I don't need to tell you guys, it was 4-0. Didn't feel good, and it wasn't a good showing from the lads. Great showing from Ramsdale, but the rest of the guys had a torrid time. Now, look at the goals for and goals against out of these games. The goals for Arsenal, well, you can see it, 3 goals there. The goals against, well, 4. All in one game against Liverpool. Cheers for that, guys. Really fucking appreciate that. But anyway, what do you do? I'm going to shift over to Newcastle, right? Let's shift over to Newcastle. Let's see what they're about real quick. Newcastle's last 3 games. Chelsea, 3-0 against Chelsea. And look, not many people are going to be beating Chelsea, right? They're in great form. They've got a lot of depth. Wonderful team at the moment, on fire and on top of the league. Brighton, a 1-1 draw. Now, Brighton ain't no pushover. They're a kind of team that adapts, and they couldn't handle Newcastle, so it looks like fair and square. Now, Brentford, this was the exciting game. They went back and forth and ended up with a 3-3 draw, right? Now, this is where they played that previous formation that I mentioned, the 3-4-3. Worked well, of course, but as you can see, they conceded 3 goals. Now, the goals for and goals against, as you can see, 4 goals for, 7 goals against. Yes, you're probably wondering, well, not the best. Well, yeah, not the best in defence, but not bad going forward. It's positive. Even if you're a Newcastle fan now, you're scoring goals. You're conceding, but you're scoring. At the same time, they don't have their starting goalkeeper in between the sticks, so maybe that's not going to help them as much. You know what I mean? It's like maybe they got Manuel Almunia between the sticks, and he's just letting everything in because he's just scared of the ball. Who knows? But I'm hoping that they don't get their starting keeper back, and we can expose them too, because we can change it. Get a better goal difference. I mean, we need goals. We need goals. We need a Aubameyang on the end of the ball, and we need to start looking like the Arsenal of old, where we could actually score goals in the run of play. Wow, in the run of play, not from a set piece. Anyway, I'm going to get into their attacking zones now. Sorry about that. And we're going to look at our attacking zones and their attacking zones quickly. And hopefully we can break that down ever so slightly and move forward. Now, the attacking zones for Newcastle are going to pop up right now. I want to start with them. We'll get to us afterwards. Have a look. 41% of their attacks coming on the left-hand side. That's where Saint-Maximin is. 36% on the right. Now, the goals have come from open play. They've got 10 from open play and 4 from set pieces. You got to admit, these guys going forward are looking great. Going forward, they're not too bad. Now, hopefully our defence can hold them up. I think we can, though. I really do reckon. I don't think they've faced a half-decent defence, and our defence is half-decent. So, hey, look, let's see. Let's see what happens in this game. I'm going to have a look at our lads now. Screen's on the switch in a sec. Have a look at us now. Check this. Arsenal, 36% on the left, 30%, 38% on the right, and 25% in the midfield. It honestly doesn't feel like it's 36% on the left. It really doesn't. It honestly feels like it's barely be 28 or 20. I mean, watching ESR come in to get the ball, I don't know. But anyway, look at our goals. Set pieces, we got 6. Open play, we've only got 5. That's dismal in open play, guys. That is dismal. I'm hating that. I'm absolutely hating that. Now, look, guys, we need to start getting more fluent going forward. We really do. And I've been calling for some changes in our lineup. Now, one of the changes that I'm going to mention now is I want to see Martin Odegaard come in for Sambi Lokonga. Now, hear me out on this, right? I know everyone's going to say, oh, he's not the same kind of midfielder. That's right. I don't like to play 2 like-for-like midfielders in the middle of the park. I don't. If you put 2 defensive midfielders in the middle of the park, what are you going to get? No attacking threat. It's going to be a nice brick wall, but you're not going to have much going forward, right? Now, all we've been doing lately is going down the wings because we haven't got someone in the midfield that can put a decent pass in, a number 8. A box-to-box. Now, I know Odegaard isn't a natural number 8. I get it. But it's better to have him on the pitch than to have him on the bench. We need to utilise this player. Now, Newcastle aren't in the best of form. They've just conceded 3 goals against Brentford. They scored 3, but conceded 3. Why can't we start Martin Odegaard in Sambi's position as a number 8? Now, hear me, as a number 8, so that way we can try to build up from the middle of the park. Now, if building up from the middle of the park just opens up another avenue for us to get some goals. Now, if we have ESR on the left, we have Odegaard in the left centre midfield position, maybe a little bit further forward, whatever, right? And Partey playing the anchor role as he always does. Now, I want Kieran Tierney to start in this game, not because I'm bashing on Nuno Tavares. No. Tavares is a good player. He gives us a different dynamic on the left-hand side. He gives us an attacking threat on the left-hand side. We could use Tierney 1 minute. We can use Tavares the next. I've got nothing against that. I love to see more fluent football from my right back and my right back and my left back. More of an attacking threat from either end. That's great. But sometimes you need a defensive-minded left back or right back. Yeah? And I think in this game, all right, I want to start Tierney. Now, you guys are going to think, why you want to start Tierney for? I want to start Tierney because after this, we got Man United. And I want Tierney to start in that game because Man United have got a decent squad. We've got to be careful of that game. So if we play Tierney on the left, hear me on this, we play Odegaard in the middle of the park, okay? And then we have ESR playing on the left wing. Tierney doesn't have to come that far forward anymore. As a matter of fact, Tierney won't be coming that far forward. He won't need to. He'll have Odegaard in the midfield who could actually get the ball to ESR as well. So if Tierney comes forward, of course, Odegaard's going to have to shift into his position to cover him. But he won't be going as far forward as he has before, as much as Tavares has, where Tavares has run straight into the box and left that left-hand side exposed where Sambi has to go and cover. Yes, Odegaard will have to do a job, but I don't see Tierney having to go that far forward, especially when you've got a midfielder of Odegaard's quality who can put in a decent pass. Now, the ball doesn't have to go down the left, but it makes our left more dangerous. We are currently focused only on the right. Saka. It's predictable football. It's predictable. And that's why we're getting shut down. That's why we're not getting goals in open play. They only have to worry about Saka. ESI is having to come into the middle of the park to get any sort of action. This is becoming a bit of a joke. So look, if you guys don't agree with what I'm saying, comment down below, right? I want Odegaard to start in from Zambia. I don't think Arteta's going to do it, but that's what I feel. I reckon Odegaard, and we get Tierney, and then we get ESR on the left. We try it for 45 minutes. Don't work out. We can take Odegaard out or whatever and put a Sambi Lokonga in, okay? If that's what floats your boat. Whatever it is, or Maitland-Niles, whatever. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, yeah? Tell me what you guys think of that. Please, I want your opinions. I was on the Armory TV, and I had... it was 2 for this idea and 2 against, so it was 50-50. And a lot of people are going to say, he's not a bloody box-to-box. I know he's not a bloody box-to-box, but who is? Do we have a box-to-box? If you're going to play a 4-4-2, playing 2 like-minded midfielders is not going to give you much fluency in the midfield. Tell me what you think of that. Comment below. Let me know. Let me know. Do you agree? Come on now. Tell me what you think, yeah? And what now? Now, look, I'm going to run into our players, their players, goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, up front, all that, this and that, yeah? Let's have a look at the goalkeepers and compare them. Now, remember, I think this is Newcastle substitute keeper, yeah? Have a look at this. So, in between the sticks, we have Darlow. He's got 8 appearances. He's got 24 saves, 4 high claims. He hasn't got a clean sheet. And he's conceded 15 goals. Ramsdale, of course, 9 appearances, 30 saves, 10 high claims, 5 clean sheets, and 4 goals conceded. Now 8 goals conceded. 4 of those goals were from Liverpool. Ramsdale has been immense for Arsenal. He has been a rock. Our defence was looking very good up until the Liverpool game, but of course it is what it is. But let's be honest, I think when it comes to a pound-for-pound battle between these 2 goalkeepers, we all know Newcastle would love to have Aaron Ramsdale between the sticks. And I hope that Aaron Ramsdale is going to come out and put in another performance because, I mean, he wasn't even phased after that game against Liverpool. He said, we're not going to sit there and mope around. We're going to get the hell back up and get 3 points. This guy's, he's talking like a leader. This guy's talking like a captain, and he's only just come into the squad. You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to compare defenders. Now, I know everyone's probably going to think I'm going to compare Gabriel to Lascelles. I'm not. I'm going to compare Ben White just for a change. Change it up. Change it up. Ben White, 10 appearances, 9 tackles, 22% tackle success rate. Not great. 40 clearances and 43 duels won. Lascelles, centre-back for Newcastle. I think he's going to be starting this game. 9 appearances, 4 tackles. He's got a 50% success rate in his tackles, 52 clearances, and 38 duels won. Now, look, between Gabriel and Ben White, we're going to have to see some more fluidity. We're going to have to see we need them to be a bit more solid, right? Now, the good thing is these 2 players communicate very well. I think that in this game, it's going to be a different Arsenal that comes out than it was against Liverpool. Remember, Liverpool, these guys are a well-tuned machine. They're monsters, and they took us out. And now we're all probably thinking, oh, we're a bit of a shambles. Well, in that game we were, but in the previous games we weren't. Our problem was going forward, really, not defence. What do you reckon? Was our defence ever a problem? Not really. It was always going forward where it was kind of, are we going to get a goal? Are we going to get a goal, Steve? I don't know. Maybe. You know what I mean? If Aubameyang decides not to be offside, or Aubameyang can finish the bloody penalty. I won't go into that. Okay, let's get in the middle of the park. This is interesting, guys. The return of Joe Willock. Oh, no. Hopefully you don't score. All right, check this out. I'm going to pop them up real quick. Check this out. Joe Willock. Check this out. 10 appearances. No goals this season. He's had 7 shots. He's had 28 tackles. His tackle success rate sitting at 50%. He's had 52 duels won. Joe's been putting in a shift defensively. Hasn't been scoring many, though. Now, Partey. 8 appearances. He's got himself a goal. A few shots on goal. You know, some of them were wayward. If you remember my previous friggin' reviews, I was like, can you stop shooting? 15 tackles, 80% tackle success rate, 30 duels won. Now, look. These two players aren't really like for like. Partey's more of an anchor, but Willock this season, I started looking at his stats. I'm thinking, wait a minute, he's playing more of a he's looking more defensive than he is offensive. So that's what I want to compare the two. Plus, Willock's coming back. Willock's back home at the Emirates. Now, I hope he don't score. And if he does, will he celebrate? What do you guys reckon? If Willock scores at the Emirates, do you think he's going to celebrate? I don't think he should. I think he should show some respect to the club that got him where he's gotten. Yeah? Plain and simple. He's playing for Newcastle now. He started off at Arsenal. We couldn't give him the role that he wanted. We had to sell him. We needed the cash. It is what it is. It's football. It is what it is. Now, Partey in the previous game, unfortunately, against Liverpool, wasn't playing great. And he has been up and down as of late. Now, him and Sambi do look great together, but I need to see Odegaard beside him. I want to see if that dynamic is going to work, guys. I really reckon it will, though. I do. I honestly believe it will. Now, is Mikel Arteta going to listen to me? Fuck no, he ain't. But I'm just saying. Tell me what you guys think. Again, remember my formation. Tell me what I think. You never know. Okay, let's go forward. Let's compare these two guys. Oh, yeah. Big boys. These guys, no nonsense. Check it out. Saint-Maximin and Emil Smith-Rowe both got 12 appearances respectfully. Saint-Maximin's got 3 goals, ESR 4. Maximin's got 25 shots. Well, he's playing for Newcastle, playing expensive football, so they can get that many shots. We can't save our lives. ESR on 16 assists. Saint-Maximin 3, ESR 2. And of course, you can see the shot accuracy right there. Now, Saint-Maximin is probably key to Newcastle's success. This guy's a threat. This guy's one of the players that's probably going to still be there after they do their rebuild. Let's be honest, he's a great player. I think anybody right now would want him at their club. ESR also in great form. ESR also a wonderful player. Now, these two guys are going to be battling it. Who's going to be classing out in this game? Who's going to class out who? Now, if we go down the left-hand side, maybe ESR can get on the bloody ball. And if Odegaard's there, it'll support him even more. You never know. I reckon ESR is going to light up the show if Odegaard starts as a left centre mid. I really do. Okay? Now, we're going to have to shut down Saint-Maximin. We're going to have to shut him down because if we don't shut down Saint-Maximin, he's going to score on us. Or he's going to make it easier for them to score. They're going to overload the wings. If they play this formation that I think they will, they'll overload the wings and then try to break us down. So I'm really going to need Tommy to do a number on Saint-Maximin. He's going to have to keep up with him. This guy's quick. Now, Tommy was in a bit of trouble in Liverpool. I mean, that goal with Salah's goal actually was a little bit of his fault. So I hope he gets back into this game and he doesn't go too far forward and get caught out. But I think he's going to be up for this, and I think he's going to have to do a number on Saint-Maximin. I think he's going to have to hammer him. He's going to have to hit him a bit, bump him, get him off his game, and just get physical. I know Japanese defenders are very respectful. You're not in Japan. You're in England. Don't worry about it, mate. Rough him up a bit. Don't worry about it. You got all these big lads behind you. They'll take care of him. All good. All good. Up front. Check this out. Screen should pop up in a sec. There we are. Yeah, bro. Check this out. Aubameyang. Yep, you know it. And Callum Wilson. Now, Aubameyang's got himself, 11 appearances. Wilson's got 8. They both got the same amount of goals. Shots, pretty even. Aubameyang's got himself 1 assist, and his shot accuracy is a little bit better. Aubameyang has been a mere shadow of his former self. Callum Wilson is in decent form, but Aubameyang himself hasn't been much of a threat. Now, look, getting into that. I mean, I know you guys can see the stat right there. Aubameyang isn't the kind of striker that can play and hold up the ball. He needs the ball to land in front of him. He needs to be on the front foot. He needs the ball put in front of him, guys, for him to score. Plain and simple. He's not going to hold up the ball, right? Look, I've seen Aubameyang come back to defend, bump off another player, and hit the deck. He hasn't got the physical presence to hold up a ball like Lacazette can, right? So that's why we're going to need Aubameyang to get on the front foot. We need the ball to drop to his foot, or he's not going to finish. He's not going to score. He's not going to change his style of play now at his age. He's gotten to a point, he's been playing the same way all his life, and he's been successful. Now we're playing a 4-4-2 and we're expecting him to dribble and do this. He's not that kind of player. He's not. I hate to say it, he's not. So look, you saw the stats, guys. You saw what Newcastle's about. And look, I'm expecting a 2-0 win. Okay, I'm expecting 2-0. I'm not going to jump and say it's going to be 3-0, 4-0. I'm expecting 2-0 because these guys are going to have to show up. Now, I'll be honest with you, my lineup is going to be a little bit different from everyone else's, but I don't really care. You can comment down below if you don't like it. You can let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe and all that. But check this out. Ramsdale in goal. Takahiro on the right. Of course, Ben White and Gabriel are going to sit side by side. Best defensive duo we've got. On the left, Kieran Tierney. Because we've got to get him ready for the Man United game. This guy needs minutes. He needs minutes. And if we put him there, that's when I can grab, guess who? Martin Odegaard, left centre mid. Right? Yeah, Martin Odegaard, left centre mid. He can play the number 8. A real box-to-box. I don't care. He's going to do it. He either does that or he sits on the bench. I'm pretty sure Martin's going to be happy to just get on the pitch. Yeah? And maybe we can turn him into, I'm not saying he's as good as Santi Cazorla, but maybe a kind of a Santi Cazorla player. Yeah? Partey beside him to be the anchor. Partey beside him to be the anchor, it'll be fine. Now we're going to see ESR on the left. We're going to see Saka on the right. Okay? And I'm hoping that we can go down both channels. We can't just keep going down the right-hand side. Mikel Arteta, stop playing down the same bloody wing. It's the reason why you're not scoring. Right. We can't go down the middle because we've got 2 friggin' brick walls there that don't know how to attack. Oh, forget about the left. And I'll get ESR coming in the middle of the park. Oh, he's playing a number 10 role. He's not a number 10. He's a winger. For God's sake. Sorry, I'm fucking ranting. Lacazette in front with Aubameyang there as well. And that's going to be my lineup. I reckon it's going to be 2-0, guys. I reckon we can come away with a win. Okay? And I'm hoping that we can get these 3 points and move on from this. We've got Man United after this, right? We've got Man United after this. And we need a win here. Plain and simple. And we need Tierney to start. Kieran Tierney needs to start. Mikel Arteta, I hope you watch this. You probably not. But he needs to start. Feel me on the Odegaard start. Feel me on that. Come on now. Come on now. Aussie Gooner's putting it out there. Give it a try. And if it don't work, and if Odegaard isn't going to be the solution, all good. You know what we can do? We can flip him in the 45th or the 50th minute and chuck in whoever the hell you want. Maitland-Niles, I don't care. I really don't. Tierney will be back there. Will be defensively sound. Anyway, guys, look, that's my preview for the Newcastle game. I know it's taken a bit of time, but it always does with me. It is what it is. I think you guys are used to it by now. Hopefully you watch it all the way to the end. But look, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for hopefully watching it all the way to the end. But from the Aussie Gooner to everyone out there, right? It's Uru, guys. Uru.